Hi guys, so today we're going to be listening to a book called The Moon Book, and this is by Gail Gibbons, and we are going to be thinking about all the different text features that we have noticed in the other books that we've listened to. For example, in Penguins, we were noticing labels. In Giant Panda, we were noticing illustrations. And in the Honeymakers, we noticed captions. So I'm just going to take us through this book and we're going to notice some other or maybe the same text features in some of the other books. So this is The Moon Book by Gail Gibbons. And right away, I'm noticing this same text feature I noticed in Giant Pandas. I'm noticing these are not photographs, but what would we call that? We would call it an illustration. I'm noticing she's using illustrations. I'm also noticing, looking right at this page, right at the top, that there are some short sentences explaining the illustration. What text feature are these short sentences explaining the illustration? That's right, it's captions. So we notice that she has captions, she has illustrations. Here are some more examples of captions. I wonder what this text feature is called. I'm noticing these yellow arrows, and I'm wondering what they are. Well, this little text feature right here says sunlight. What is this text feature called? Is it a caption or a label? It's a label. Let's look at some other examples, and I want you to think about what would they be. I'm looking at this text feature. It says Earth. This text feature, it says orbit. And this text feature says moon. What is that text feature called? Is it a label, a caption, an illustration? What is that? These are labels. They're telling me what the illustration is of. So if she did not put this label here for orbit, I would just think this is like a circle or an oval. I wouldn't really think much of it. But thankfully, Gail Gibbons put this word orbit to tell me this is the way the moon is orbiting around the Earth. Now, let's get over to here. This is a text feature right at the top, phases of the moon. This is a heading. We know this is a heading because this is what we are going to be learning about on the next few pages. We will be learning about the phases of the moon. And in the phases of the moon, there is this little caption here that really helps me understand a little bit more about the phases of the moon. This caption says, "The moon is waxing when the lit surface we see is getting bigger." If the moon is waxing, that means the moon is getting bigger. And you're going to be listening to the story and understanding a little bit more about phases of the moon. But I just want you to know that waxing means it's getting bigger, and waning means the moon is getting smaller. So I'm reading these captions and I'm able to understand a little bit more about the words that I'm reading. I'm looking for some more. Noticing a lot of text features on this page. I wonder what they are. Can you point them out to your parents and tell them what each thing you see is called? I'm thinking about text features. Where's the illustration? Where's the caption? Are there any labels? Is there a heading? If you need to, pause this video. What about on this page? What are the text features? Is there illustrations? Is there labels? Are there captions? Is there a heading? Go ahead and pause and point to each text feature you see. And the last one I want to point out is this is a timeline. So this is telling us what happened over time. We see about 4,200 years ago all the way to July 20th, 1969, when the first man walked on the moon. So this is another text feature. It is called a timeline, and it tells us all about the moon over time. All right, guys, so when you listen to this moon book, pay attention to all those text features you're going to see, and pay attention to some information you're going to learn about the moon, because this is stuff that we didn't get to talk about in class, but I know a lot of you had a lot of questions about the moon. All right, enjoy.